Welcome to my channel. If you're newer to my channel, you may know that I do decorating videos and I do shopping videos, but I also do some DIYs too, and today that's what we're doing. So I have this wooden cutout tree from the Dollar Tree. I think those are like an MDF. And then we're gonna take some Hobby Lobby Christmas paper, and I'm just kind of tracing around that to kind of get an idea of how much paper I need and where I need to cut it. So I'm going to go ahead and take my Mod Podge and I'm going to just put that all over the front of the Christmas tree piece there. And you want to do more than this. I didn't do quite enough. I really needed to lay it on thick. And then we're going to kind of press down on the paper, make sure that we get that all down straight. And then I'm just kind of feeling around the edges there and kind of crimping it to kind of get the outline of the tree. Once I do that, I'm going in with my scissors and you can see I'm just kind of cutting around it. And I just keep cutting away at the paper until I get it down more to a Christmas tree shape. And now I'm just folding the edges back, and you can see I have quite a bit of paper on the ends there. So I just keep trimming away at it until I get it as close to that edge as I can. And now I'm taking the Mod Podge and I'm putting it on top of this paper so that I can make sure that it's all glued down really well. And then also we're going to be adding something to the top of this paper. Once I get it trimmed back the way that I want it, I'm going to go ahead and take my Titebond, and this is Iron Orchid Designs Trimmings 3 paper clay mold that I've used. And then I'm using the Iron Orchid Designs paper clay, and I'm just going to take this piece here and I'm going to fit it. We're going to do some lines here on the tree. Okay, so we have 3 of these trimming pieces on here now, and you can see how that is shaping up to make a design there on the tree. And then I just take a nail file and I go over and I'm trying to get those edges smoothed down. I still have a lot of paper on some of the sides, less on the others and more on some of the others. The ornament I did last year was more simple and it was easier handle it. This Christmas tree ornament is a little bit more challenging to do this, but I think I did about the best that I could. And then I'm just taking the Mod Podge and putting it along the side there, and to make sure that we get those sides glued down properly. So you may not be able to tell a big difference here, but the paper clay is more of a white And the light cream color there in the paper is obviously not a white, so I'm going in with my Waverly chalk paint in the color Plaster to give it more of a little bit of an off-white look to it, or more of a cream color, I guess. Next, we are going in with this gilding paint or wax, and I love to use this with these molds because they really bring out the details that are in the molds that you can see as I'm putting that on there. And I picked this gilding wax up at Michael's, I believe. So I've added in some of the gold to the actual paper part because I think it gives it kind of like a little bit of an aged look. And then I'm going to take my fan brush and my Snow White acrylic paint. We're going to just dab some little flecks on there. I got a little bit too much on there, and I did go back in with my baby wipe and kind of clean it up a little bit. Next, we are taking this hanging chalkboard from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to use some more of my Hobby Lobby paper, and I'm just going to trim this up. I put it up to the chalkboard and I kind of figured out the size that I needed, and I just kind of cut a little notch on each side so that I can go ahead and trim that up so that it fits the chalkboard exactly. I'm looking to get it to fit exactly. So I had to put another notch on the other side because it was easier for me to trim it this way than the other way. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm just using a glue stick this time, and we're just going to kind of glue that on there. I do have a little bit of overhang there on the bottom piece, and so I'm just kind of gluing that and then just kind of gluing that underneath there. Next, I'm taking this adorable little stocking. These come in a pack of 2. These also came from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to hot glue that right to the front. And then to that, we're just going to add these really pretty berry and kind of icicle style greenery. Also from the Dollar Tree. We're just going to cut those apart and tuck those in. And that's going to make a cute little stocking. How simple and easy was that? This next DIY is one of these wood slice rounds. Now these came from Amazon. As a matter of fact, I'm kind of wondering if there's anything Dollar Tree in this one. I'm thinking this one might not be. But we're going to go ahead and put our Snow White on there. We're going to let that dry. And once we get that to dry, I have a little bit too much paint here. So I'm going to take some of that paint off. And I'm actually not doing this I'm making it look messy. That's what I'm listening to currently. I like to show you what I'm listening to when I'm doing a DIY. So this looks kind of messy around the edges. That's on purpose. This is a second coat. And after that dries, we're going to go ahead and get my rice paper. And if you saw one of my earlier videos, you know that I got this rice paper. I got it from Etsy. I believe it came from overseas. I looked all over to see if I could get rice paper in the United States with prints on it, and I just couldn't find it. But it was very inexpensive, and I love using these with the Mod Podge. They work so well. And isn't that a sweet little picture? I just love it. And now I'm kind of going in around the edges, and I'm just adding more paint in to kind of blend that in so that you don't see that line quite as much. Okay, we're going to make a jute hanger here at the top. I'm just gonna, and then after we, oh wait, I thought we were gonna finish that. Nope, we're not. First, we're gonna put our glossy varnish on the front of that to protect it. I will probably do the whole ornament. I usually do the sides and the back too, because it does, the bark kind of does shed a little bit. So I usually do the whole thing. And we're gonna put little metal rings and our white bead in here. Give it a little decorative touch at the top. And then we're gonna tie this twice, tie a second knot so that we can hang it on the tree. And now I'm going in with a bow that I made, and I believe I got this at Hobby Lobby, this particular ribbon. The beads, by the way, are from Amazon, and the metal rings are from Joann's. So I'm trying to do the dovetail, and I actually don't really like it. And if you've seen my other videos, I've told you before that I do this. I usually cut things in the wrong direction sometimes. And this is what happened to me here. I cut that in the wrong way. And so I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut this side the way that I wanted. I need some new scissors, or I need to sharpen them. And then now I'm cutting it the right way. Okay, this is from the Target dollar spot a few years ago. I bought 2 of these. This is the second one. I never used it, so we're going to use it today. I am leaving the little plastic piece on the back. I kind of like that. The snow framing what I'm going to do here. This is a flat bottle brush tree. The back of it is completely flat. I think that came from Joann's. I got it clearanced. So we're just going to stick that on there. I have some of this red and white ticking fabric bow here. Trim that up. And is there anything Dollar Tree on this one? Oh, yes, there actually is. So, because this, I think I got that off of Etsy, the ribbon. The little greenery pieces, I just found these at the Dollar Tree about a week or so ago, and I just love them. I think they're so pretty. And I think that they add a nice decorative touch here to the end of this piece. And that was easy. And now this one is all done. Okay, Dollar Tree has these clear plastic ornaments. So we're going to take this, and the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to remove the top. We're going to paint this with an acrylic gesso. I'm going to put a gesso base on this. We're going to take the top off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick the end of another paintbrush in there so that I can have better control of painting this. And we're going to take this and we're going to put the gesso on this. I'd like to remind you that if you're enjoying these videos, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a video from me. So like I was saying, we're going to go ahead and put the gesso on here and let it dry. And so we're letting that dry, and then I want to take this light blue, but I want to darken it up a little bit. So I'm going to take my navy and I'm going to make a custom color blue here. So I start with just a little bit because I'm not sure how dark I want to go. And then after I get this all mixed in together, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add in a little more blue there. I'm going a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter. I had a little bit too much navy, I guess. And we're going to add in some baking soda. Now, I've never done this before. This is the first time, so I'm just adding a little bit at a time because I want to give this paint somewhat of a texture. So I keep adding in the baking soda and I keep adding in more paint as I want to adjust that color and the consistency. And it's too thin, So I'm dumping a whole bunch of it in there. And this is exactly what I'm looking for. I want it to look kind of chunky, and I'm kind of making it so that it's a textured ornament. I am not even letting this dry. I am going right in with my snow, my faux snow that I purchased from Dollar Tree, and I'm just putting it all over this ornament here. Let me know which of these DIYs you liked the best. I'd love to know in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Consider sharing it with someone who you think might enjoy it. Thank you so much for watching today. Here's another video for you in case you're interested, and I will see you in the next video.